The bigger they are, the faster they rot. So says the quote on Snuff Out. Thank you so much for joining me early. La Conquista, Sharazman, and Nim Chimpskey. As always, awesome to have you on Mtmentat coming in. So we're playing a league today, courtesy of Chris at Carousel Games. I think it's the last one. I last week tried a challenge. I got the most depressing record you can get. Top 32 spots pay. I used to think they broke even like 17 through 32, but you actually make profit. I got 33rd. It was very frustrating. It was one of those tournaments where I'd beat Burn, then lose to Burn. If you follow on YouTube community tab, you could have followed all my shenanigans there. So anyway, I was playing an iteration of this. I made some changes to it, and we're going to just see how it goes today. This is just one of those decks I love, and I think it's very well positioned, except against Rakdos Burn, which leans obviously more heavy on red. I've been able to have pretty good games against Boros and Fairies and such, but more on that. We'll see if I'm a big hypocrite in about an hour or two. Oh, another note. Remember Pauperty? I spoiled it about 2 weeks back. It was about 2 years ago we played it. If the muse fits you all and you want to play it, I've got it loaded up. I think thanks to NZ, I don't even know if they still watch the show. They sent me one. I don't even know what the categories are. It's all preset and loaded, so if everybody wants to play that after the rounds, we might get to that, or maybe I'm wiped out and we'll save it for later, or maybe I'll just do another stream of just Pauperty. Who knows? Anyway, let's see. Okay, here we go. Good morning, everyone. All right, so we've got 18 lands. 3 of them are Carnariums, and the rest are this. We're only doing that for the bump in the night and a little bit of tempo play there. 3 fruits. I went with 1 Fodder Tosser main. I really like this card for late game flood and such. It says we have 0 creatures up here, but we're lying. We have 4 Okiba Rekna Raid, which I just love. This card usually gets in for like a 4-point swing, meaning you lose 2, I gain 2, and then it kind of warrants them having to keep removal into their deck and such. So I've really been liking it. I have like a crazy high win average when I play this first turn. It's nuts. So much so that I actually made a screw up in the challenge where I saw like 3 of these and I just kept, and I was like, oh my God, I have 1 land. And of course it was against the land destruction deck. Anyway, so yeah, 1 Fodder Tosser, 4 Alms of the Vein, 4 Snuff Outs, which goes very good with our next card, Soul Reap. You can pay 4 and then your opponent takes 3. We don't like to see green decks, but that's another reason for Fodder Tosser. We can get rid of these when we need to. We've got 4 Sovereign's Bite, 4 Tyrant's Choice. If you saw at the top of the show, I animated the water there. 4 Vampire's Kiss, 2 Verdicts, and 4 Sign in Blood. Like I said, I had like 2 Fodder Tossers in the challenge, only 2 Sign in Blood. I was just going crazy. Anyway, 3 Contaminated Ground for the gate lists out there. Without it, kind of can lose. Trespasser's Curse. I love all 4 of these against fairies, against familiars, pretty much any deck that starts with F. We got the 2 more verdicts in the yard. We've got 4 Macabres and 2 Justice. I found this is just kind of an MVP against just so many go wide decks, even fairies and such. Just kind of a needed thing. I really like having the what do you call Gombage Witches, or however you say it. But anyway, let me check out Pedro Struck. Yes, yeah, it's been like 3 months since we played black, so take that. Anyway, hexxen Rouge in the house. All right, good to have you as always. And again, like I said, Nim Chimpskey thanks and Shirazaman thanks. Always there, helping me out. Good times. Good to have you all here, and let's see how we do. Hopefully, well. But yeah, if you're not in the States, we have a show called what is it called? Jeopardy. And I made a whole thing called Pauperty, and it's a quiz show, and you are supposed to answer in the form of a question, but it doesn't really matter. Anyway, what we end up doing is we've got a variety of categories, usually ones which I've made, but in this point, player NZ made them 2 years ago, and we're using them for the first time today. It's a cool little gaming program a lot of teachers use and stuff like that, so we'll probably have a few hiccups, but we'll probably do that at the end of the show, or not. We'll see. This artwork is very reminiscent of what happened to me this morning. I was shaving, and I really recommend Harry's razors, by the way. But they have a razor on the top, and I nicked my throat right here, just like right out of a horror movie. And I'm like, waited, and I'm like, okay, no blood. Then I go and I got some coffee. It came back, just this red river was right here, because it doesn't help that I'm on blood thinners for high blood pressure. So that always, any little nick takes like way longer to free up than it used to. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry about this, guys. Let me get this back over here, making it all look ugly. I didn't catch that. So anyway, your chat screen is gone. Yeah, I had the back screen full open. Sorry about that. It's cruel too, because I can't see you guys warning me about it until it's too late, but yeehaw. So anyway, yeah, I really, really do like this list. We've got, I got Wiki Bear coming back for one of our little commercials here, and quite a few other little good treats. All right, here we go. Let's hope we just draw decent, maybe 2 lands, maybe 3, not anymore, and we'll go from there. Here we go, everybody. Close this down. Or yeah, I guess we'll just close it down. Bloop. 3 lands. Okiba. Lots of removal. We'll keep this. Keep. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, we could have at least gone first, darn it. And it's a gate list. Alrighty. And if you're ignorant like I am, I didn't know that most accounts got given free gates. Thanks to Cooper the Red for pointing that out to me the other night. I was just like, oh, I guess I have gates. That was an interesting way to remedy the low payout situation for Baldur's Gate. I was like, that's pretty cool. Just everybody that has a Pauper account or is known to play it a lot, just fill it up. Yeah, they have been to good success too. We don't really care about this. We've got Snuff Out for good times ahead. Reveals 2 of the Squadron Hawks. All right. Keep that nice and honest there. Here we are. Another Snuff Out. Alrighty. Well, I guess we'll sign in blood here. Keep our hand nice and filled up. Do some stuff next turn. Let's go. Yep, trample, and it's one of the few times in Magic's history terminate is a good choice. Everybody stuffing Guardian of the guild pack and such. I've been on a Cooper the Red high this week. I had a long week at work, and a couple of his videos really kept me company. But there was this one called Almost Rakdos I really liked. I built his, and then I built a version of it that I like a little bit more. Of course, you know, insert ego here. But I was about to play that today, but I'm like, he just made the video, so I was like, we'll see how it does. I'll probably be playing that this weekend, though. It's pretty grindy. Alrighty, here we go. We're going to transform this. Woo! We got, that's probably not going to live to an attack phase, but that's all right. That's how I roll. Let's see. Most efficient use. I guess we'll just bump here. And we'll Sovereign's Bite. And we'll just pass the turn. Yeah, literally the main deck I don't want to see is the Rakdos Burn with, you know, like I said, with more of a 50-50 split with the color choices. They can gain the life, and we can too, but then they got just a bit more firepower, and they can gain the life to get rid of our firepower, and yeah, about a 40% dog to that usually. And that's just against average players. I'm sure against somebody that's awesome with it, it's more like 30. Alrighty. Let's set some stuff up. Basilisk Gate is in the house. We'll try to make them go all in with this. What is going on here? Prismatic Strands. Well, you're losing life, my friend. Little misplay by our opponent there. And yeah, we're just riddled with loss of life triggers. We'll do this. So he's got to kind of pile on there, and we look completely defenseless. Lose some more life there. We're going to be losing 4. We'll at least be able to take down the Hawk. I'm going to take 4 anyway from it. Might as well kill it, right? Make him tap out to do it. Oh, I like it, Nim Chimpskey. Prismatic Punt. Alliteration always gets the nod from me, you know. Paladin 19. Sorry, I'm reading backwards. Sometimes I miss you in the chat. If you really want my attention, just propaganda me, and that way my peripheral vision will trigger. Good times. All right. So this is a big old 5/5, and we're just going to say bye to that right away. Bloop. See ya. We're going to have to bring in our gates. I'm just going to write the word gates and see if I can remember the goodness. Goodness gracious. Here we are. Okiba. I just like saying it. I was telling Aaron the other day, I was like, man, we should have made your middle name Okiba. Wish I had a time machine. Yeah, we'll go like this. Well, 2 more fruits and we've got them. Does anybody remember playing Pauper? I know Nim Chimpskey did really good. Buttersworth, I think, was the champion, but I haven't seen his name in the chat in ages. And then it was always the Oromancers. Right? Today we've just got the generic Team 1, 2, and 3. So, like I said, I expect there to be some sort of a issue with it, so I'll go from there. Yeah, Nim Chimpskey, you definitely, I do remember you won one. And I was rewatching it. That's why my memory's so fresh on it. That's how boring work was the last few days. I was like, oh yeah, I remember this, and I was cracking up because Shiraz is always loved the sausage tree reference with Goblin Gardener, and that was one of the flavor text quotes, and he didn't get it. Everybody got it before him. I felt so bad for him. I was like, no. Okay, so we just win here. Yeah, we'll just. Oh, do we? I've got to do one or the other. I guess we can hold off on that. I mean, we can snuff out and do 3 damage with this, but then we take a heap of damage with gates there. So we'll just bring this back here. Bloop. And get rid of some stuff. See how accurately I'm describing the situation. We had 2 more mana. We could snuff out and then Soul Reap, which would do 3 damage, and then we'd win. Yep. Worse than a prismatic punt is doing it twice, I guess, right? And get on a Discord voice call and I win easy. Nice. Yeah, that's true. You're pretty hindered with that, right? Gain 2 life, discard 2 cards, you draw 3 cards. Awesome. Thrilling discovery. That's what it is. Well, that puts him out of range, darn it. Another prismatic strand. Maybe they're just leaning on just those to stay alive. And so that's good news for us because we have so many ways of depleting that. Probably the mountain coming back. Yep. Elodin. Huh. Eidolian. I'm already mispronouncing it multiple ways each time. It's terrible. Do I let this hit? I think I just let this hit this time. In the chance that I can do a 2 damage spell here. I'm just going to take it down. Keep them guessing. 13. Here we go. Boop. We win. Off to game 2. They've got all kinds of goodness. This does do damage, so we're not out of the woods yet. But we can at least kill this. Oh, see, the one time they could have used it, and they don't. I think that says damage, right? Oh, nope, it's loss of life again. Boy, prismatic is... I thought that one said damage, so... Wrong there, but... we'll call this Boros Gates. I'm sure it's not the last time I'm going to write gates. We say win. There's a lot of little creatures coming at us. Excuse me. The coffee's too hot. That steam rises right up my nose. I apologize. I really like the curse. I really like the contaminated ground. I'll bring in 3 of those. Lose a Tyrant's Choice. I really like those. We're going to lose the verdicts. These are kind of crappy in this matchup. We'll lose one of these. I'm going to make room for some Trespasser's curses. There's a lot of creatures coming at us, so I really like that to keep our life total up. Let's kind of go all in with that. Evincar's Justice seems pretty good, but I think we've got enough a wee bit removal there. There's one of those. Really like the Soul Reap here. There's no green creatures, so there's no reason not to keep them all. Go down to 3 Sign in Blood. I've got the discard outlet there. This is one of our worst spells. So I think I like this. We got rid of our Verdict package, a little bit of draw, and we're able to... play Contaminated. Really flooded at the 2 spot, but that's how it rolls. Let's go. Oh, yeah, if we can get that Pauper Brew Fest coming up in about 1 month from today, thanks to La Conquista. We have the link there, and they'll... again, I forgot to load the graphic. Good God. I didn't need a reminder or something. I apologize again. We have the link. I just don't have the graphic. I swore I had everything set for today. Darn it. All right, we got to mulligan this. We'll keep this. We got a nice Contaminated Ground. We got a Snuff Out. We got Soul Reap. Got Fodder. Oh, man, this is all good. Keep. What to lose, what to lose. This is early. I want to keep my removal out and my hate out. So it's either Fodder Tosser or Tyrant's Choice. I'll get rid of Fodder Tosser. Yeah, it's got a pretty cool ban list. And we want to save these Contaminated Grounds for the Basilisk Gate. That way it just forces them to play just a very slow deck. Snuff Out and Soul Reap are just so made for each other when you have 2 mana open. You just pay 4 life, make them take 3, smack. I hope they kept him Prismatic. That would be awesome. Yeah, I don't like this. It kind of blows. Gaining life can be one of this deck's weaknesses for sure. All right, let's bring out Okiba. It'll rock like this. I feel like snuffing that thing out right now. Now we'll wait. Next turn we'll have 2 targets. Yeah, you can play Evil Presence, but it's funner to just make them lose life. 1 more mana. I was tempted to do it because of the preponderance of 2 drops that I've got, but really would like to just see maybe a Carnarium here. We could Snuff Out and Soul Reap, return it, and then just start playing Magic. Dawnbringer's Coffee Brew. Hey, we already have Dawnbringer's Coffee. I'm sure you know that, though, Pauper Tim. You're one of our old-time regulars. Hey, Pauper Akbar, thanks for joining me, my friend. Us, I should say. Like I said, I owe a lot to the late Little Fight. Not that he's dead. He's just not around in Magic anymore. Especially Shiraz, been there from day 1, and Nim Chimpskey. Always helping me out. I vastly appreciate it. Alrighty, let's drop this. And let's wonder a bit out loud. I guess we're just gonna, we'll crack here. And here. And we'll just go like this. Yeah, thinking they might have to hold back to try to kill Okiba, might stifle their turn a little bit. I don't know. I'm just grasping at straws here. It was so weird going back to a challenge last week because I hadn't done one in like over a year, I think. God, that's a grind. All right. So that takes its whole turn. We've already gotten the 4 life swing out of it. I like it. Red showed up. We could Contaminate Ground that. That might be fun. And he'd be what? He'd still have all his colors, though. And he would be taking damage. Oh, I don't know. I'm tempted. I think I'm just going to maximize the Alms here. I don't mind paying full price for it. We're not under duress or anything. If he gets stultified on land drops there, I might throw that on a garrison. I'm not sure. How do I take my coffee, Welcome Orange? I'm pretty boring. Black and lukewarm. I like my sodas flat, and I like my coffee just warm. I hate hot coffee. I usually calm it down either with ice cubes or just a splash of water. Probably a hawk. Oh, all right. Here he comes. Come on, just give me a swamp here. I think I'm going to do it, guys. That'll get him to technically... Or do we just Soul Reap again? Nice. Garrison's very tempting. It is. It is. So is. Be nice if we just drew 1 more land. I'm just going to keep doing this. I mean... We're getting kind of stuck on lands here. 3's enough, but obviously 4's where you want to be so we can double play and get the Soul Reap benefit. But, I mean, that's going to be a 7-point swing when we cast Choice with Soul Reap. Or we could Contaminate Ground and the other thing. God, I don't mean to speak ill of opponents, but enough's enough. That's 3 mistakes of the same persuasion. Maybe they're hydroblasted. I guess it's not immediately apparent, especially with language barriers and such. That could be a thing where you're just like, hey, wait a minute. My wife, we're planning a big European trip this coming, or a year from today, pretty much. And she's like, you ought to really learn in like 2 or 3 languages. And she already knows that's like my weak spot. And I'm like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I'll burn my whole year to get very almost insulting level of vocabulary for like one country that we're going to be at for like 2 days or something. And it's just like, I could see if we were there for like 4 months in one country and stuff, I might commit to something like that. But my goodness. Always torn with the go wides if I bring in the curses or the sweeper. Probably should be bringing in a little bit of both. I'm going to bring in justice for this next game. It comes in handy everywhere. Dutch does. Yeah, I'm not joking. I am like probably legally like mentally defective when it comes to languages. I am as dense as a brick with that stuff. Hey, okay. Stuff's not really dying here. Oh, we got double contaminated ground. It just feels like a waste if they don't tap it. Oh, we've got the gate. We'll just put it on that. I didn't even see the gate. I'm sitting here telling too many stories. Yeah, one more land. We're just screaming, but sometimes that happens. Very true, Welcome Orange, but boy, to make the same mistake 3 times, that's... Where are my... Now I'm a little afraid of just getting wiped out via you-know-what. And he still has red if I put the trick on the garrison there. All right, gets around our little gate mess there. I got a feeling we're going to lose this one. It feels like he's going to rally the peasants here. Come on, come on. Land, please. Oh, my goodness. Land, please. This is like 4 drops in a row now, man. Guess we'll take this out. All right. I still got the gate option with Contaminated Ground, Tyrant's Choice. Hey, what happened to Orange Sushi? She had some sort of medical issue. Hopefully nothing too serious. Yep, or dead. And just needed to, take time away. Here in spirit for sure. Now we're extra dead. Alrighty. Contaminated Ground. Bought us a few turns, but the little plan B came through for our opponent there. Alright, to game 3. Let's go. Nicely done. I hope they keep in prismatic. Alright. I'm going to go ultra aggro on this. Get rid of a kiss. I'm going to go like this. Splat. Anniversary celebrations is Paladin 19. My wife and I are doing a Mediterranean cruise. I've never been on a cruise. I keep getting a little upset with our vacations because, we live right on the beach, and every time we go on vacation, it's like to Hawaii or somewhere, and it's like, this is just a nicer beach. Nothing against Hawaii, but been to like every island multiple times, and it's I don't know. I want to go like to the snow or Alaska or something like that, see Northern Lights, do something way different. Yes, for the first time we will play. We've got quite a bit of hate here. It's a bit of a slow roll, but they're not playing the fastest list. I say we keep this. It's a bit risky, and when it gets risky, y'all know I sit on my right leg. It's my tell. I get a little nervous, but I'm not on camera, at least the bottom half of me, and my opponent isn't seeing it. So, an OG regular. Yeah, Mike Man used to be all over the place. Every once in a while, Shiraz will mention him out of the blue like this, and then he'll chime in like he's just hiding in the shadows. I'm like, whoa, wait, what? Yeah, it's people come and go. Hopefully we'll always be here. Unfortunately, my youngest Sapphire, he didn't really have all that great of a time hosting the show. So I'm just going to slow roll this, guys. I remembered asking him, like, hey, so you liking streaming? Kind of like, nudge, nudge. Like when the old man wants to step down, you want to keep the tradition going. And at the time, kids change their mind and stuff. But he just a little crestfallen when he doesn't win. He's very good sport, but still needs to kind of learn that angle. So hopefully when I'm dead and gone, he'll still be here with a full head of hair, so you guys won't have to avert your eyes from the glare. A little bit of the ramp, but for, what's that called? Bump in the night. Yeah. Bump in the night, because it feels so right. Yeah, these are playing very clunky. It's fun when we have the Fodder Tosser and we can just do it for 5, but we're under no huge threats here. So probably going to try to wait on that justice for as long as I can. really like to get rid of that Lunarch Veteran turning on the life gain because it can make a big difference. Now, if we draw Contaminated Ground, I probably will go for it, being that they look a little more screwed than usual this game. I sure like that Lunarch Veteran artwork. I played that about a month back in the Orzhov tokens list. That was pretty fun. Ayukara. Double bump. When it works, it's beautiful. Otherwise, it just helps for a little bit of ramp knowledge there. I'll sign here. Really setting up our turns. As crazy as this seems, I think I'll choice. Say torture. I think I want to take out that veteran. I think 4 life's worth it, not him not gaining the life. I might have to use that other Snuff Out on it too, being that when I trip Justice, I don't want that to be a thing. And if he has lost prismatic strands, one of the only things that would work against Evincar's Justice is in my hand. 2, 4, 6, 2 more land drops away from buying it back, so that's good times. Oh, wait, no, 3 more. I'm just going to do it now. Yep. Keep that life around my area. Would have been nice if he chose Death. Every once in a while you catch somebody. That's a card that can confuse anybody. I don't know. Not only did they not side it out games 2, they kept them in and played them. All right. Squadron Huck in hand. Probably both. Yep. It's pretty easy to remember. Here comes another. Tempting to just wipe them from the sky here. 3, 6. We take 9 if he does a premature, whatchamacallit. Alrighty. I think we'll hold back. We'll throw Contaminated Ground on the Carnarium. We'll gain 3 life back. And, yeah, that's right. Now, if Prismatic ends up in the yard here, I will have to play around that. Might have to spoil the Justice and not get too selfish with it. A garrison on a garrison, that'd be pretty fun. If that trips once, I'll be fine. Yep, Prismatic alert. So if he, damn it. Okay. Alrighty. I think what I have to do here is kill the Sacred Cat EOT. Snuff Out and then Wrath. Ooh, yeah. Let's do that. We'll chop down here so he can't buy back. I mean, prismatic strands. One more and we could buy it back, but I'm just going to cast it. Splat. So we get around prismatic this way, but we are going to be hellbent. He will have the kitty cat in tow. We'll be able to flash this back next turn, but we're at 9-2, so not feeling all that confident. There are only 2 gates after all, but a life-gaining little kitty cat's very frustrating. Uh-oh, there's 3 gates. That might make the difference. The tempo, we couldn't wait for that buyback trigger. Even if we did, they'd know it's in our hand, then they could play around it with strands, as we've seen there. A big fan. Come on, removal. Okay. And a rally alert. not a land. Yeah, 2, 4, 6. We get him to 3. I'm going to play this just for the life. Murphy Black, hello, sir. Popping in to say hi. I like to watch, but very busy these days. I could catch you a bit later on YouTube. Hey, thanks for chiming in. Hopefully we can pull this thing off. That lifelink's going to mean the difference of this game. Darn it. Uh-oh. That's a lot of gates. We're not giving them any reason to have to worry about us. That only makes 1 still. Can't wait for the next set with gates. Glimmergate. Oh, I haven't even seen any of the options there. Interesting. Well, they're going to get 3 of that back. So we go to 5. We've got to be able to kill that thing. They're at 8, just like that. Damn it. Oh, if we could have just killed that. That is not what I needed to see. We go up to 6. I think it's a lot better to do this. Get him to that. I don't think we're winning this first one. Ace fencing. Hey, that's a nice take on the fencing word. I think I would have thought of that. Pauper Tim. And now he's got enough to do us in. I swore we were going to pull that one off easy, but those gates come prepared. Not prepared enough, I guess. As we take 9 life damage. And this is not a Snuff Out in our hand, unfortunately. I wish it was. Be cool if the next one was. No. Draw card. And not enough. All right, we're just going to jump right in here. Bad beats, bad beats. What you gonna do? So our Snuff Outs just were hiding from us there. No, that's untrue. We had 2 of them. I just had to play around that prismatic, being that Evincar's Justice isn't that big of a surprise value there. I do like it for that little extra damage effect. You know, that's a good scenario, though, where had we chosen to play, let's say, Suffocating Fumes, even though it doesn't do damage, we probably would have won that game. It's one of those... Then you go up against RDW or just, you know, elves with a lot of 2 backsides and stuff, and you're like, oh, no! Of course, elves you can kind of pick apart. Soul Reap, I'm not going to lie, it sucks having it. You can only hope that they're going to morph a Birchlaw or Ranger to turn it on, right? So I'm starting to think, though, I think I'm overthinking that. Contaminated Ground didn't feel all that great. It was kind of a theory card, like, you know, because I've been losing the gates as I just did. And I'm like, you know what? I'll just put these in. And there's usually only 3 Basilisk gates, so I'll play 3 Contaminated Grounds. And a little early now. I'm 0-2 against gate decks, though. They've both been Boros, too. So, yeah. Good time to play, what's the red spell that blows up lands and draws a card? That's a good time to play that, too, because you can obviously be a little proactive with it and force them to kill the gate. So, there is that, at least. Come on, let's go. All right. Boop. Minimize this. And let's do what we did that first time. Get a W to start. That's the one, Nim Chimpskey. Thank you. Sometimes these are the front of my tongue, and I just can't get them out. I don't think I've seen that avatar before. Oh, yeah, I have. The little frog man. Good times. Yeah, I need some more coffee. I'll take a break after this, come back for rounds 3, 4, and 5, hopefully with all victories. Little flooded, but I'm going to keep it. Alrighty. I think verdicts are very underplayed right now. Even a guest verdict and such. Get that life back. Speaking of verdict, it's definitely our next turn, despite what drops here. Unless it's a Goblin Churian, which nobody plays. Okay. Swift Spear. These are always tough games, but like Affinity and obviously Boggles and such, I've just been finding that there's a lot more growing tall and not going wide decks out there, and so I feel like Diabolic Edict, Guess Verdict, if your deck can support it. Chainer's Edict, a little less, depending if your deck goes grindy and goes long. That instant speed's really good against familiars too, so good times. We'll rock like this, gain a life back. Alrighty, let's just do it now. Gonna Kiss online next turn. Bump in the Night, that's 5 damage. We'll have a Okiba out to block, but not quite sure. Is this the deck I didn't want to face? Rakdos Burn with Missionary? We'll see. If we start seeing madness effects, then we are definitely going into O2'sville. Sort of Kiln Fiend Rakdos. Trying to put our opponent on a deck here. Oh, is this going to be Yep, yeah, we're going to lose. I'm going to try. Don't get me wrong, but the life gain here, their damage is a bit more consistent, and the life gain keeps them in it. As we go down. Alrighty. We'll let this go. We'll turn this on. Get 2 of our life back. Oh, there. Better not click on myself. Alright. I'm not sure if I want to play that. I'd rather just draw a card here. I'm just going to do this. Alright. Because if I draw the kill target non-creature, green creature thing, Bump in the Night's really good to hold on to for 3 mana. You can do 6 damage and kill a creature. It's good times. When you line these decks up, they're pretty darn even. Like we've got a menace creature that's hard to block that hits for 2. They've got a flying creature that hits for 2. Their chain lightnings equal kind of our Bump in the Nights. They don't have Fire Blast. We have the 4 damage spell, which kind of competes with their lightning bolt in theory. But then you add on Fiery Temper, and it can get a little lopsided in their favor. They're at 20. That's what kills us here. Come on. All right. I'm going to start this off with a draw. Pitch this. Carnarium. Let me do this here first. Trying to get our... yeah, that's not going to be too impressive yet. We'll build up here and attack. Yeah. There's some edict proof food. So we take another damage. Smack. Another reason I don't mind flood hands is these blood tokens can kind of act like a expensive retrace here. Oh boy, don't really want to do that, do I? Let me play one. Let me use the red and get rid of one of these. Come on, something good. Soul Reap, come on, Soul Reap. All right. Flood City. Gonna be taking 3. Lightning Bolt will still be at 1. I guess we'll just maximize here. Get some respect. Get within 1, right? Actually, a little bit more. The buyback of that is insane, and that's why I've always been tempted to... I sometimes used to run the 4th, but I switched it for Fodder Tosser. But as you can see, our yard's very easy to keep up with that, so... I'm really surprised that they're... They should probably be going to our face, unless they really respect the road captain. Yeah, good for them. Good discipline play there. Expect no less. We'll be at 1, or are we just dead here? Is this an Alms coming our way? Feels like it. They're discarding. Here comes the bite to the neck. Nope. They drew dead, maybe. A little reprieve from the governor. Dun dun dun. Cue dramatic music. Oh no, 2 lands go down. They drew quality, and this quality is about to cut our throat. Blech. All right, we're down. The main list I didn't want to see is round 2. Been really giving a nod to the Black Ninjutsu with lifelink. That card really makes a difference in a lot of lists. I've been liking it quite a bit. Snuff Out, I'm not liking in this matchup. However, yeah, the life's just a bit steep on that. I think we'll get rid of 3 of those. We'll bring in some verdicts. Not quite sure much else would happen there. Hexxen Rouge, take care. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, that ambusher. If I had more creatures. Now, if you remember, my old build used to have Serrated Scorpion, which is the 1/2 for 1 black. And if it attacks, or I mean, if it dies, it's a 2-point damage life gain swing. I've always liked that card, but honestly, I'm not missing it too much, even though I love it so much. Hexxen Rouge, you keep very safe, my friend. Hopefully we see you next time, same place, next week. I don't know if there's enough creatures to warrant bringing in a curse here. I don't really know. I think I'd feel a little awkward if I saw it. I would just be like, it's pretty easy to play around. Most of their stuff, though, only takes 2, so I think I'm going to just get rid of my Snuff Outs here. I know I can kill a Swift Spear fast, but I've got quite a bit of other ways to do that, too. And I'll take out 1 blood and keep in 1 Snuff. I can always hard cast it. Could always go in the air, you know, and just hard cast Macabre and block their little kitchen imp. But hey, Lex, did you touch the Cruel Cannon list recently? No, there's one Cooper the Red's been working on that I've adjusted that I was playing yesterday, if that's what you mean. It might come across that way. It's similar colors. Let's go. Boy, I really hope we don't start 0-2. All right, we'll keep this. We don't have any removal. We've got draw potential here. I think we got to keep this. Really like to see some. If it wasn't for that Vampire's Kiss, I would probably pitch this, but we'll just do this now. Bloop. And starting off with our version of a Lightning Bolt, which gets around Prismatic Strands rather nicely. Oh, I have a good question. What 2-3 commons in each color from Baldur's Gate would you add to a Pauper cube? That's a better email question, so I can study it up. I'll throw it back to the chat. Probably gonna get a better cumulative answer with that. Plus, I'm down a game. I need to concentrate. I apologize. All right, so that will save this because we can turn 3 kill a creature now, so that feels pretty good. So obviously a line of like Bump in the Night Rakdos is incorrect here. I'm just going to play Vampire's Kiss, get our life online, and hope we see something of the Creature Persuasion next turn so we can bump and do 6 damage and kill their thing. I'm really, really fond of these blood tokens. I really like being able to churn through extra lands. That's why I like Fodder Tosser. Okay, well at least we have a target now. Carnarium showing up. It's going to be some fireworks next turn. What are we going to draw? Come on now. Something good. Those all sound really good to me, Nim Chimpskey. Or we could just wait and get a better quality creature out of the deal. I think I'm going to do that. We'll slow roll this. We'll play the Carnarium and pass the turn. We still have the play. Now we've got more blood food. Blood food. Where did my little... Oh, there it is. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have much experience with a cube. Long ago, I'm talking like 96, 97. My friends and I are all starving students. We got kind of tired of paying so much for Magic, and so we made this huge sheet of all the best cards, and then we had like 100-sided dice, and there was 100 cards, and you just had 1 mana of any color you wanted at the beginning of each turn. We just put 5 lands of or each land out, and then you just put like a penny on each one for each turn that, you know, that's how much mana you had that turn, and then you could just play prismatic mana. I mean, Magic all day long. It was good times. Alrighty. Their little 1-2 punch is hits us for 5. We're going to show them a 1-2 punch that hits for 6. But make no mistake. We'll do this here first. Bloop. Then we'll do this. We'll play this. And I guess we'll just EOT that. Keep them thinking. Keep them guessing. That's kind of my angle to Nim Chimpskey. So my answer is what Nim Chimpskey said. Alrighty. I don't know if I want to... If that grows 3 or higher, I'll probably snuff it out. But otherwise, I'll probably just wait for it. Okay. That really hurts. Go to 6 if we do that. I don't like that at all. Snuff Out. You have forsaken me. Let me draw a card here and see what happens. That doesn't help. I think I just hard cast the Snuff Out next turn. 8 feels a lot better than 6 against fiery spells. Close games, but as time has shown, usually not close enough. We'll drop this hardcore style, play this, and probably pitch the Sign in Blood at this point. Again, blood token's so flexible. Really like that mechanic. Why can't we draw those? Double Kiss. I didn't know it was Valentine's Day. All right. Yeah, we're too close to this. We'll discard this. They're at 15. When did that happen? Double Kisses will do that. I'm just going to drop Torture here. That's our Fire Blast. We're so dead to so many things here. And they've got quadruple tokens, so if they drew badly, it's just... Ugh. See, the purist in me thinks like, oh man, this is going to be more consistent, blah, 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 but the deck never seems to really hiccup on its mana. Yep, we're going to start off 0-2, guys. Oh well. I'm still having a good time. And we've got property to look forward to. I told you that would happen. I'm prophetic, I tell you. And pathetic. All right, guys. Hopefully we'll turn things around. Until then, we're going to roll off to WikiBear. I'll be back with some more coffee in rounds 3 through whatever in just a sec.
I can answer any question you have. I'm WikiBear.
That's great. Okay, here's a question. WikiBear, what's the longest street in America?
Checking now. Got it. That title belongs to Colfax Avenue in Colorado, over 26 miles long. Yay!
No, that's great. That was really cool that he came up with that.
Yeah. And speaking of long streets, Civil War General James Longstreet was partially responsible for over 10,000 Confederate casualties during the Battle of Antietam, the bloodiest single-day battle in American history. What a bloodbath! I'm WikiBear.
Yeah, there were a lot of terrible fatalities in the Civil War.
Imagine ditches filled with dead horses.
Okay. Let's try another question. What's the fastest animal on land?
The fastest land animal is the cheetah. It can reach speeds up to 75 miles per hour.
See? That was great information really fast.
But it's still not fast enough to outrun Jack the Ripper. The notorious 19th century British serial killer who murdered at least 5 prostitutes. Lickety-split.
He was a terrible killer, Jack the Ripper, yeah.
And he was never caught or punished. What a clever fellow, yay!
From the volcano of Balaku to the leech-ridden swamps of Agadir, cast off all your inhibition at the only casino in all Dominaria. Experience the pinnacle of personal pleasures. Venture boldly at Rakdos Casino, and may all your underworld dreams come true. Rakdos Casino, the place for premium pleasures.
And we're back. Hopefully, we don't have to wait too much longer. I was going to come back a little sooner, but been waiting in the queue, so I figured it's funner to watch those than this. Yeah, so number one thing we didn't want to face, and we faced it. Hopefully, we got that out of our system, or out of the luck queue, or whatever you want to call it. Gosh, maybe we just cut ties with the league if we go 0-3 and just play Pauperty after this. Lick my wounds. Never had so much fun losing. First one was close. Second one wasn't. We get them like to 8, and then we look up and they're at 15. That was just like, ugh. That can get to you. That tells you. Woo. Yeah, I think this is a really underplayed card at the moment. There's a lot of stuff between familiars and fairies that it's all about volume. So let's go. Yeah. 4 lands. I'll keep it. It's like the 3rd, 4th land hand we've got, I think. Oh, we're ready. We'll bump, pass. Let's see what we're up against here. Got quite a bit. 6 life in our hand. Green. Yep. It's just going to be red. Okay. Probably a land destruction issue here. Okay, we're flooded. We'll bring this up. We're going to see an Arbor Elf show up. Regardless, green is the other. It's a color we don't want to see too much. 4 of our cards are just completely dead. I ran into this in the Sunday Challenge. It was that game where I kept a one lander out of sheer just glee. Alrighty, I'll just play it. It's a good time to be flooded. And use up all their stuff on our extra stuff and we'll go from there. Alrighty, at this stage of the game, I think that's worth it. We'll kill that tempo there. We'll gain some life here. Go like that. Hey, looks like my spidey senses were correct. As we get another one in line. I think I'll risk this. If they want to blow it up, that's fine. We turn on Bump in the Night. Otherwise, we still have Snuff Out backup. Lotus Cobra. Pretty cool avatar there. Yep. Walked right into that, folks. It's a good time to be flooded. Let's try this first. Do this. Okay. Some big, super big fatty coming out. Yep. Come on, miss. Something that doesn't matter. Good. That doesn't matter too much. Alrighty. Cool, cool. I'm going to slow roll this a little bit. We'll just kill this now. Keep our life total up. Could have got both, but those 6/3 hasted pirates are pretty scary things when you start paying 4 life to remove stuff. I just don't want to draw any of our green removal spells, or anti-green removal spells. Sometimes I have like 2 or 3 of those in my opener, and then it's like elves. I'm like, oh, Magic hates me. Ooh. Good times. Yeah. Well, let's bite, get our life back here. We'll turn this on here. And go from there. Got him at 5 life once Verdict hits. One of our 3 Carnariums is out, so Bump in the Night's pretty dead card here. That's fine. Unless all 4 others show up immediately and we don't draw any, we'll be all right. Taking 6. That hurts. Soon to be 4, hopefully, unless that pirate shows up. Okay, this is a strange conundrum here. We've seen 3 land destruction spells. They're kind of in top deck mode. I'm going to risk it. We'll throw this out already. Actually, I'd rather just save 2 life. Get him to that. There's a lot more outs here that kill with the Vampire's Kiss combo at 5. Oh no, it's the 6. Smack. Now keep in mind, even though we're 0-2, each of these games has kind of had this sort of flavor to it. Where we've been able to, what's the word? We got them right on the, we got them against the ropes. We just keep getting knocked out. There's so many cards here. We could just have a top deck of Bump in the Night. And we take this one. It's going to be close. I could have, you know, thrown the Kiss out. There's a lot of stuff that does 3 here. Somebody's going to win this next turn. Hopefully it's us. That doesn't really help too much. We take 10 no matter what. We sign in blood, go to 5. And we're able to what? I think we have to sign in blood here. Dead next turn no matter what. If I draw... Well, Edict still kills us because we're going to be at 5 life. The only thing is that anti-green spell. Now we could take that down, bring him to 2. This is a rough decision tree here. We haven't seen one of them yet. There's 4 of them in the list. Kill target non-green creature. If it's a second spell you played, or if you played another black spell, it does 3 loss of life. So they'd be at 2. We'd be at 5 with a 4/4 coming at us. Can't really slow roll it with Vampire's Kiss. I mean, they go to 3, we go to 9, and then they just kill us. By the way, like a month ago, I mentioned jokingly that they should put out a cowboy-themed set, which showed me some disdain for. It sounds like it's actually happening. Oh, no. I'm a little behind on that. All right, I'm going to roll the dice here. Yeah, it didn't work. We can't do anything here. It's off the game. Let me just double check. Yep, he's got us. Really needed to top deck the kill the non-green creature there, which is funny because it's kind of a bad card. So we're going to take out all of these. I'll put them over here. I really like verdicts in these matchups. I don't have all that much more ammo for things. So we've got a full verdict package for all the little stuff. I guess we bring in these. We could sweep up some stuff. Contaminated Ground's going to be pretty good here. I'll make room for all of them. What shall we lose? Normally I keep in Fodder Tosser for extra lands, but we are up against land destruction, so I'll lose that and try to remember that we're playing against that. Yeah. That was... Sometimes when you totally just get crushed, it's like, okay, we lost, but it's always frustrating when you got them like in that close to death, and it's like, you just can't get there. I think we played a disciplined last few choices there. It was a tough decision doing the Sign in Blood, but I think it was called for. Yes. All right. We are not keeping this for obvious reasons. We're up against a land destruction list, so we'll mulligan that. Come on, list. Don't be like this. Got a mulligan. All right, we'll keep this. This will help draw us some more stuff. I love you, Okiba, but I don't know. I'd rather just be able to kill something straight out. I'll get rid of a raid. And that hurts. If it wasn't a land destruction list, I would have gladly lost a land there, but man. Alrighty. We'll Sign in Blood, go look for a Contaminated Ground and see if we can shut that engine off. Okay, I'm happy drawing extra lands against this style. Let's go. There we go. Hey, our deck kind of likes us here. Come on, put another one on it. All right. We'll do that. Bring this up. Return that. Pass the turn. Don't think they have any Karoo lands. Take 2, sucker! Woo! All right. We'll be killing that straight out way. They have need of swamps. That's not a good thing. Let's go. Still feeling awfully naked over here. Flooded, but not too worried about that. That Carnarium is pretty much like letting us know if they have land destruction in their hand. All right. Well, target that one next. Guess they don't really have a choice. The other one is a swamp after all. Could have put it on the forest, but then you get kind of 2 for 1 as far as value goes with the colored conundrum. Let's drop this. Get him to 13. This is Black's Fire Blast. One of the more confusing cards in the lexicon available to us. Ooh. So anybody up or want to, what do you call that's one of the other things this deck is a dead dog too, and that's one of the things I was running up against in the challenge was, burns everywhere, so it's not the best time to be playing this deck. I just like it so much. Contaminated Ground doing some work. Boarding party. All right. Damn, that Visionary drops first. Ugh. It's frustrating. If it was the other way, I'd have an option. I don't really see a reason to not play this EOT here just to maximize. We don't really have any 2 spells in this one, meaning like play a black spell, whatever. We got rid of those. So just obviously this is only going to eat the Visionary, but all right. Yeah, Weather the Storm can really shut the door, just like the Rakdos list does, where it just gains a wee bit too much life. All right, now I'm in a bit of a conundrum where I'm trying to discard land against the land destruction deck to stay alive. They aren't gaining life. Drop here. I'm just going to drop it. Let's go. Very tough to race a 6/3. Snuff out anything. We're just going to use that blood token to get rid of that boarding party. Oh, God, it's another one. Brutal. Brutal. I'm going to start 03. I'm having a great time. I just love this deck. We do have 4 Snuff Outs in this list. Main. Be nice of them to show up. Boop, boop. Well, there's one. Oh, we're dead. We can kill one of them, but wah, wah, wah. All right, most streamers, when they start 03, they just run away. I'm just going to keep playing because we can learn. And like I said, I'm having a good time. I'm not being bitter or anything. What a boring party. That was a pretty exciting party. Just... we were on the bottom of the dog pile there. That was a... yeah. Contaminated Ground, feeling a little cutesy. Anybody with me on that? It seems pretty good, and then seems pretty easy to play around. All right, I really like this hand. Watch, we're up against a green list. It's like, beep. Keep. This reminds me of that Matrix movie when they're stuck in that little jelly body, something or other. But alrighty, let's go. What would I sub for what, my friend? Actually, in this, I don't think I would. Yeah, Choking Sands is a really good option. It's nice to mix in a sweeper with the Rancid Earth there. I'm not sure if that's even the way to go. All right. See, I need to be able to kill that. I think we're just going to not worry about the 2-for-1ing that, and we're just going to play, because I wait till turn 3 to do that. I mean, I might draw Snuff Out and they have another creature, and then we can still do it, but tempo is king on these things, so I'm just got to try to stem the bleeding, draw into some more edicts, and try to, depending if this is hot dogs or not. It might just be burn, given that we saw Chain Lightning here. I will take credit for being one of the first people to play Lava Dart back in the day when Empty the Warrens and Kiln Fiend were my 2 main kill spells. What was really cool back then was, as you can see, it triggers Kiln Fiend like Supernova style. But the other cool thing is when they would Echoing Truth or Decay or one of 20 Goblin tokens, you could just flash back and kill it with Lava Dart, and then the rest of your team lived. So it was a really flexible card. Plus, just like any metagame, Fairies was everywhere. I was always paired up against Mezzle, and so Lava Dart was king, but the only deck playing it back then, but it's nice to see it come back. Yeah, Cram Session's a really good sideboard tech if you need to gain some life in black. Don't always have to look for the lesson. You can just use the discard ability, right? All right, we're hurting bad already, so we're just going to pull the cord on that. Just a turn behind. This is feeling like we're headed for Loseville again. So optimally, we want to play Fodder Tosser and then do 5 damage with Alms of the Vein and gain 3, but man, I love that card. That's one of my favorite cards. All right, Searing Blaze is going to be dead. Let's see if he just plays the Forgotten Cave here. I love Reckless Impulse. And I really respect it in Burn. I'm not sure if the discipline's correct here or not. We play Fodder Tosser. We might just die next turn. I don't think 3 is really going to win us the game here. So we can either hard cast this now, go to 13. We're down 0-3. I'm going to live dangerously. I'll just bring this in. Yeah, I had 2 of those for a while, main. Really, really like the Fodder Tosser. Ouch. He could blaze it himself just to turn it on and hit for an extra. That'd be funny. Hasn't played a land this turn. It wouldn't kill it. Be a pretty neat line, actually. I wish this had a sound effect. The trebuchet just... Let's do one of these. Splat. Yeah, I think I would have Searing Blaze my own dude there. Hit for an extra damage. Alrighty. Let's do this now. This. I'm going to go up 12. We're going to make them take 4 unless they don't know how to play around Tyrant's Choice if I call Death. This is a 5-point hit. Fodder Tosser and the Alms of the Vein. It's a nice little 1-2 punch. I think I'll choose Death here. I think it's a little more valuable than the 4 life, even though it seems like we've got a little advantage here. We don't. They're just going to flame us out probably. All right, so they take the damage. We've got Fruit, and so that's 4 damage next turn guaranteed with the Fruit activation in this with anything we draw. But I don't think we're going to be alive by then. Seismic Assault. I love that card. Had a modern deck built around that for a while. Forget what the other cards were for it, though. It was another lifetime ago, I tell ya. I sure love that. Conan O'Brien's Wiki Bear skits. Those are so fun. I think that's got potential to just be its own standout series. Boy, this is a bold play. They didn't even tap it for mana. Just double Lightning Bolt here. You could have at least floated the mana and done it first. What? That was weird. Well, obviously... Oh, this is tempting. 4. We can't sign in blood here. That might be the only way we win. We go to 5. He can't Fire Blast us. God dang, the Sign in Blood's just really just poking my funny bone all these games, just these little decision trees with it. We go to 4, 2 floating. They have 2 cards in their hand. What do you say, chat? Do we Sign in Blood ourselves? See what we can see. Weird thing happened the other night. I pressed Control Z, triple check that I did it, and it was like concede game, and I'm like, what? Yeah, we're talking about a reckless impulse. That's kind of how we're playing because we're already 0-3. So let's just have some fun with these decisions, shall we? All right. Let's live dangerously. It helps a bit. Of course, we can't really turn on the Fruit now here, but we at least get our stuff back here. Hit you. Let's do this. I don't need that. Oh, man. Well, if it goes supernova, we've got a way to get rid of it. Next turn we can kill it, or we can just discard it to Fodder Tosser. That's a very strange sequence by our opponent. Anybody out there new to burn, always make sure to float your mana. You don't want to get spell sniped, or what's the other one? Are we alive? Are we alive? I think we got to just hard cast that to get rid of it. That might be incorrect, actually. All right, they're hitting us. I think I'm just going to fodder toss and go for the win. Yeah, Spinning Darkness. No, Cooper the Red. Somebody was playing that against him. There are so many noobs in the chat going like, "What's that?" I'm like, "Oh man, it made me feel old." I'm like, "You guys don't know that card?" So I think the line here, we're lightning bolt proof, and I could kill that next turn, and then we're just dead. So I'm just gonna fodder toss now because we've got the win here. Because we've got fruit in the yard, or we can just do this. All right. What was that last one? Oh, that was Jund. This is Burn. Well, I will say this. Boros Gates, Rakdos, Burn, Jund, and now Burn. We'll see. That was a pretty close game there. Nuts. All right. Again, I like the verdicts here. A lot of critters. I'll take out 2 bloods. Fodder Tosser really showing its might there. I've got quite a bit. Usually I can have a good game against Burn when I've played it IRL and like in the local store and stuff. That was a pretty riveting match. I went right down. All of them have gone down to like single digits. Like opponent's been at like 4 or 5 life each game, but we just haven't been able to shut the door. That time we did. Life. 3 lands, really good hand. We'll keep this. Multiple spear with Kiln Fiend, we'd be really screwed still, but I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. Why do vampires always approach from the right? I guess the other one's the left. That is a left hand after all. I'm getting so used to playing left-handed, I call it Inigo Montoya style. That's not what anybody wants to see turn 1. Hey, what is this? Oh, is that me holding my chin? I know I do that way too much. I agree, Pedro Stroke. Thank you for reanimating. I don't know, how'd you do that? Gosh, when I make emotes, it takes ages. It's just some quick little add-on to existing remotes, I'm guessing. That's a funny little trick of the graphic there. Nicely done. All right. We'll burn for 3. Oh, I forgot that I even did that. That's right. Very cool. Oh, it says right up above it. Redeemed. I wish that would highlight when that happens. They're used so seldomly, and, time goes by and I just forget. All right, we got to gain 3 life back. No. At this stage of the game, I might, if I draw Snuff Out, just pay my life, get 3 of it back with Sovereign's Bite, and try to stem the bleeding here. Pun intended, with all the artwork staring at us. That's right. I wonder what other modifiers there are. That's pretty cool. Sovereign's Bite. Taste my might. Yeah. Well, we've got 6 life coming at us the next 2 turns. 6 damage at our opponent. Problem is, they just drew a land. Don't be... That's what I didn't want to see. Damn it. Modifier. Only taking 1, but that's going to be very different next turn. We'll probably be in the single digits next turn. Ah, that's a good time. 1, 2, 3. We pretty much eat this Snuff Out. We just have to, though. This is going to represent at least that much damage next turn. Gain 3. Bounce with Carnarium unless something better shows up. Yikes. That's a neat way to modify it. Whenever I look at my on Twitch, before I do the whole vid pick for YouTube and everything like that, it's always almost 80% of the time it's me going like this or like this. I'm just like, man, I touch my face way too much. I think everybody does when they're streaming. All right, another Snuff Out would have been really nice there. Take 3 regardless. Let's go. Alrighty. Enough of these shenanigans. Okay, change of plant. We'll do that. And then this. I think we've only madnessed out Alms of the Vein once. Tends to be about 50-50 outside of streaming, but today it's really liking to be hardcast. Mostly because we've just been up against it so much. Reverse damage there. Bump in the night might be relevant. We'll have a Carnarium online in 2 turns. Just in time to do the last 3, hopefully. Our opponent has... We're probably dead here. Next turn for sure. So we take 5. So we've gained 3, 6, 9, 10. Yeah, we'd be minus 3 life right now without all our accoutrements. Come on, can I just kill that damn Swift Spear? 1 card in our opponent's hand. We always got to assume it's a Fire Blast. I ain't complaining about that for sure. I'll kill here. Do 1 damage. I'll return this. We might have the win next turn, probably. But they're going to kill us this turn because we're at 3 against a burn deck with 2 cards in hand. So it looks like we're going to game 3 here. I like having burn in the format. This keeps decks honest. If you know you're just going to face it, it's easy to beat. But boy, if you skimp on your resources at all, maybe they're holding just Searing Blazes. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Maybe it's a Searing Blaze marooned land. Of course, it's going to be turned on now with Rekner Raid. Ayo. Okay. I'm going to go the life angle here, guys. We die to a lot of things. I'll keep this little mystery card back. Bump of the Night flashback costs 6. We've got it in our hand, but 4 feels a lot better against a Lightning Bolt deck. Come on, draw dead. Even a Blaze. Uh-oh, now there's the land for the Blaze, but that's still, we're still alive if that's what it is. He lets us untap and attack. He's dead. Are we going to 2-0 burn? I have done that in the past. It's always close. It's just we've been we've been getting our butts kicked all day, so I'm just in that mode of just like, oh, aren't we supposed to lose? Boop. All right. But I do have a pretty high average against that in real life. I just haven't played it too much online here. All right. Let me get some more coffee. We'll be back for the last round. And then please, in the chat, if you want to play the game show for Pauper called PauperRBust, we'll be playing in about probably 10 minutes because these games are going pretty fast. Say at Propaganda and then just say team 1, 2, or 3. That's how I've got it broke up today. I'll be right back, guys.
What's the largest number you can think of?
100,000?
999,000.
A million. In actual fact, it's neither of these. The largest number is about 45 billion, although mathematicians suspect that there may be even larger numbers. With so many different numbers to deal with, it can get a bit confusing. Unless you use maths. Maths stands for Mathematical Antitelharsic Harfatum Septomen. Think of it as the language of numbers, with 1 equaling A, 2 equaling V, 3 equaling hello, and so on. We use maths at almost every point of the day, whether we're working out how to thread our shoelaces, calculating the optimal moment at which to embark upon a conversation, or, if you can fly, planning your trajectory for the journey to work.
Attention Propaganda Nights! Show your love of all things Papa with our Ultra Deluxe Playmats. And true to our Papa roots, the glorious artwork is 100% free.
Trying to give these guys everything they can get to me, and that's it.
Just send an email to propaganda@gmail.com with the subject 1, 2, or 3, and we'll send you the playmat file for free.
I gotta read it again because my mind is just a piece of shit this morning.
Just visit yourplaymat.com. Custom sleeves available too. Use code Propaganda10YP. Hey everybody, waiting for our last round there. Didn't want to roll too many commercials. Played Magic. Yes, I have. I believe I did it. There was a Pauper Cube on Arena a couple years back, but other than that, I think that's about it. There's a guy at our local store that has a ginormous box he made during the whole COVID pandemic, and it's his own. What do you call that? Where you have that draft, and it's really amazing. Everything's double sleeved. I mean, it must have taken him hundreds of hours to put both the cards together, double sleeve everything, and it's just immaculate. That's a lot of fun too. But yeah, with my collection, I could probably just throw them in a big pile and have a nice setup that way too. But all right, unfortunately, we were 1-3. Only thing we've beaten is Burn. Close loss to Boros Gates. Got blown out in Rakdos and Jund, respectively. They're 1 and 2 Moto a long time ago. Yeah, I think I remember that. I was probably busy grinding back then, but right now, yeah, it would be nice to have a bit more life options. I mean, we're packing pretty much everything. This has just been the kick in the crotch lately. Like I said, in the challenge, I went down to 2, and I really didn't mind that. But then the purist in me, when I was looking back at it, I'm like, you know what? If I would have just taken the 2 life, probably would have drawn the other cards. It might have been able to be there for the win. Not quite sure. Not sure if the Deadly Dispute might find a way to trick that in, because there are those games where the opponents, you can sign and blood them for the last bit of damage. But I think I'm going to try to build a signless version with Deadly Dispute or the other one. I mean, we don't really, other than Fodder Tosser, we don't really have any permanents that we can make use of that one, the other one that gains life. So I think Deadly would be the way to go with that. Let's jump right in here, and hopefully we can turn the bleeding off. Yes. 1 mana, can't keep that. Mulligan. 3 mana, will keep that. Keep. I wish I knew what they were on. Like to keep some removal in our hand. I think we get rid of this for now. It's a nice tempo move, but I think I'll get rid of that. Done. I'll send it to Nim Chimpskey or Shirazamon. They can help you out with that. We've got it set so that people just don't spam the channel. Nice little safeguard, even though I trust y'all. Oh no, it's a gate deck. Let's see if we can survive. That's not the attitude to have, is it? Let's pay our dues. Just get some land. There we go. All right. Alms of the Vein, making us regret getting rid of the Vampire's Kiss. Ooh, look at this. Been seeing this show up quite a bit more often. We've got a nice little 1-2 punch here in Fruit Soul Reap. I think I'll do that. This will be the old loss of life. Bloop. Soul Reap. Crunch. And we got a Tyrant's Choice Vampire's Kiss for 6 more damage. We should be getting there. Let's play confident. Let's be the Black Bully. We'll make a new archetype. Basic Island. Strange. The Modern Age. What is this? Azorius Gates. It's about right, about 2 and 5 matchups. You're gonna see Gates. Alrighty. We'll do this for torture. We'll do this. They're going to be at 10 next turn. I'll get them to 7. We've got an active fruit in the yard. Now, deep analysis might be very painful. Very similar to the first deck we played, leaning pretty heavily on the... Man, where's our Snuff Out? 3 life's a lot. What's frustrating as a designer is that I've got the answer in the deck. We've got 4 Snuff Outs main. Just not always drawing them. Slow as gates seem, it does seem to be fast enough to get there, doesn't it? Let's discard this. Madness. Pay the 1. I said pay the 1. Let's draw a card. Come on, Snuff Out. All right. I'll do that. I don't really want to wait for counter magic, so I'll just try to get them down to that. They're going to gain 3 of it back. Frustrating. And we're going to take a hit from the modern age. The problem is that damn cat's gaining life. Welcome to the modern age, says the guy playing a bunch of old relic blood tokens and vampires. You're behind the times, old man. Speaking of Lorange Sushi, you can see her beautiful mug in our little thing that we just played with the playmats. She opted for playmat number 3. Okay, it's only 1 life. We might have an opening here. Ten life. It's way too much. Not what I needed, deck. Come on now. Before I do anything, let's do this. Okay. Returning this. Discard this. Okiba's nice. This isn't what we need, guys. I mean, we fruit here, and then what? I'd rather just play this. We're losing this game 1. Can't keep up with Fire Blast life gain. Actually, it's more than that because of the other one. You know, I think Evincar's Justice, so far, if I could have a time machine, I'd swap it for Suffocating Fumes. Always seen as 1/1s, and there's been a lot of Prismatic Strands, and one of the only things that does damage on our whole list is Evincar's Justice. It's very organic to the list. Once we get the lead, we can kind of pay it back and keep hitting for 2 damage, but good grief. Here comes 8. Crunch. Yeah. Not quite sure what we can even draw here. That helps a bit, but let's not kid ourselves. Off to game 2. Azorius Gates squishes us under the gate. Not sure about that. We'll try the Contaminated Ground, just kind of get the final verdict on it. Macabre might be fun. There's quite a bit of stuff in their yard that I can grab critters and such. I think I'd just rather be killing them, though. Do we assume that they side out Prismatic and we bring in Justice and we can actually sweep up some of the trash? Maybe just 1. I know I keep bringing in verdicts. It's just such a creature-heavy metagame. Oh yeah, we've got a link to it somewhere. One of my awesome buddies, Nim Chimpskey or Shirazman, or both in this case. We'll have the link ready. Yeah, I think Faerie Macabre is a bit of an overreach. I mean, we can always cast it and fly, but they've got the 2/3 blocker. It's not really that preponderance of critters. I mean, we haven't seen Battle Screech yet. It's very possible it's in the list. Yeah, because it's already running the discard engine. There's a lot of white critters. Obviously, I think it's pretty safe to say that we're going to see that. I'm going to go down to 2 blood. I'll bring in... let me bring in 2 curses, or up to 3. I just got my spidey senses. I'm going to go with all 4 of these. Try to sweep things up. Rolling the dice. A Pauper playmat? Well, I'd have to have like 3 or 4 orders for that to make it worthy of how much time it takes to do a high-res image file that I'm satisfied with. Well, we've got a lot of pain. I think we keep this triple snuff. It's a wicked looking hand, ain't it? I'm going to keep it. Should we? Get snuffed. Yeah, we got a Snuff Out Exterminator hand for sure. I'm going to keep it. We will draw other cards. We have 3 counter spells in our hand. Problem is, it's going to take 12 of our life. At this rate, let's start it off. Loop. The Seagate. There we go. That feels good. I'll have to wait till next turn, though, but we'll keep things honest. Start gaining some life. A lot of times, you know, I think it might be better to just even go with more removal because the gate tricks are interesting, but in the end, I mean, there does have to be a creature there. So rather than attack the lands, it might be better to just have a preponderance of removal. I can do this at any time. That little lady's pretty cool looking. Change of plans. Let's do this and get in for 6 damage with this move. Grunch. Okay. Want a creatureless hand here so I can drop that curse and feel like it's a good play. Really nice to see a Battle Screech hit the yard. Nope. What is this new devilry? Oh, highlight my message. I would buy Fling Tongue Hot Sauce playmat. Deal 4 damage to any meal. It's funny how often it shows my age in Magic. Sometimes I'll mention that commercial that somebody new, like, you know, oh, what are your commercials like? And I'll say Flame Tongue Hot Sauce, and they have that look like they're trying to agree with you, but you're like, you don't know what I'm talking about, do you? The card's too old. All right, we got to slow roll this, unfortunately. Good news is it's going to be gaining us life. We've got plenty of removal in our hand. Get one more swamp, we'll just be able to hardcast Snuff Outs. That'll be fun. Can make them really think twice about a deep analysis move here. They still kept the strands. Unfortunate. Don't be a Dawnbringer Cleric. But you talk about a card I have really grown to respect. I know I was going to see play, but boy, that thing's amazing. Triple Gate's already online. Yay! More turns. Okay, I'll buy that for $1. Bloop. Let's go. Give me a land. Oh, you got counterspells, eh? All right, we won't lose 2 life. Okay. Let's go. Well, Pauper Tim, I might oblige you on that. If I ever get some big time downtime, I'll make it and send you the file. Deal 4 damage to any meal. It's still the most catchiest thing I think we've ever come up with. Dang it! Another flexible option. Why I oughta... Another gate shows up. All right, I'll snuff that out in case we have some interaction via Sans Prismatic. Cool. I'll eat some life here. And, we saw a counterspell there. I think I just want to kill it now. Nice little aha moments. We've still got another one. But having a hard counter spell means they're kind of committed to the blue angle of things, or pie chart, or the way of the counter spell. So I'm going to take my options when I got them. Night of the Missed Opportunity. Oh no. Modern Age showing up. We've got a fruit in our yard. We just need to hit that extra land. It's fun to see where the Oracle came from, huh? They should have put that in the artwork. The Seagate Oracle. I would have just shown him in the background just studying something. Very subtle, just where you'd have to almost get like a little micro. Let's try this. Probably get countered. 2 cards in our opponent's hand. All right. Land would be nice. We could turn on fruit over and over and over again. Maybe do that last bit of damage. Deal 4 damage to any opponent. Yeah, with multiple gates, drawing that Contaminated Ground sure doesn't feel good, does it? Oh boy, do we need an edict. And how? It went from like, looks like we're going to win, to like, uh-oh. Snuff Out feels pretty safe unless that dude drops. Alrighty. Well, we can hope he chooses Torture. That's somewhat of a, alright. Yep. Looks like we're dead. Opponent's hellbent. Here comes another creature, which is perfectly timed because it will turn off the edict effects, but we will gain a life. Yep, depending on how much that hits for, I gotta assume we're gonna top deck a Geth Verdict. Okay. Tell you that curse, boy. The hell of a card. All right, we can definitely survive that. Boy, we don't even have the yeah, we can't wait around on a verdict here. That just won't win us anything here. Let's see. It's better to just keep Snuff Out in our hand in case we do draw Soul Reap. This is the last turn. Our opponent's tapped out. You don't think we don't have the mana to really be able to top deck anything that's just going to just be a walk-away win. We finally draw that. And we can get him to 4. Then we're just dead, guys. I guess our only hope, they are hellbent, that we can we can do that move, play dumb. Yeah, and then if they go all in on the cat package, that's one thing, but I'm sure they're not going to do that. We do have to play to our outs. We can't Justice because he's got Prismatic in the yard. That's only a 1-for-1 trade. It's terrible. Oh, everybody likes the gates, my friend. They're powerful. Let's hope they get a little worried of the life gain here, and I don't know. Maybe they go all in on the Sacred Cat and we can kill it. Be just alive. If they diversify their attack or dead meat, which most good players would. Hellbent, what do we got? Come on, go all in on the cat. Look at the life totals, guys. Right there. Just need that one extra little oomph. Yep, that's a death knell. Now we can't snuff out. 1 Foresville. But the good news is we've got a cool game show coming up next. So I've got La Conquista as Team 3, who's 1 and 2. Who wants to compete against him with your Pauper knowledge? And again, I don't even remember what these questions were. They were over 2 years ago. So that's a little cheat sheet for you. There won't be any available there. I'll just do this out of spite. Hiya! Make them worried. And we're dead. Give me 2. That's Admiral Pauper Akbar. And anybody want 1? Oh, and we're dead. Scrape up the pieces, nephews and nieces. That was terrible. However, I want to make some changes, but I do believe that Evincar's Justice, I don't think that was going to really, maybe one game would have been different had we played that sans damage, but I still really like this list. Is that a problem? So close. Maybe just make it even more removal, right? Those creatures that were getting in our way in every single one, so... All right. Let's see. So do we have a 1? Because right now, it is time. See if I can pull this off. I've got all these little notes here. Yeah, here it is. It's time to play some Pauperdy. Live from Propaganda Studios, this is Pauperdy. Now entering the studio are today's contestants. A Goblin Gardener from the Plains of Alara, an Auramancer from the Serra Isles, and a Necromancer from the Dross Swamplands. These 3 contestants will compete today on Pauperdy. And now, here's the host of Pauperdy, Deluxe Ikoff. All right, so the grand experiment begins. New frame and all. So here's our board. And again, I haven't seen many of these. This is over 2 years ago. Thanks again to NZ, ENZI. I know it's 2 years overdue. When I first did this project, all the regulars loved it. And it was like, wow, this might be a new thing. Maybe we'll break up every 4th show with just the quiz show. And man, the YouTube video count went... And I think it's just an international, like everybody outside of the U.S. is like, what? It's just a game show, though. Yep, Pauper Tim, you are right. So I've got Pauper Akbar and La Conquista for the 2 and 3 spot. Who's going to play Team 1? Did I miss it in the chat? Let me see. Spinning Darkness. I know Shirazman probably doesn't want to because of his lag, but you're welcome to, my friend. Anybody for Team 1? Let's do this. All right, since La Conquista started this off, I will let him choose the first category. Actually, no, last time we did that, there was way too much lag. So I guess we will go with Better Than Bolt, right in the middle for 300. Maybe I'll play Team 1. Screw it. Nobody's going to chime in. Bloop. This card costs 4 mana and does nothing. Only if you put cards in your graveyard, it might deal handfuls of damage, but still not to Stormcrows. Pauper Tim, you're on 1? All right, thank you, sir. First one to chime in wins. Got Pauper Tim as Team 1. This card costs 4 mana and does nothing. Only if you put cards in your graveyard, it might deal handfuls of damage, but still not to Stormcrows. I have no idea about this one, guys. I believe, oh yeah, if I hit the space bar, I can reveal the... All right, we're going to give this about 10 more seconds. Feel free to cheat. First one to it wins. Like I said, it's been so long, I don't remember the answers to some of these. Swirling Sandstorm, says Pauper Tim. Let's see. What is Swirling Sandstorm? All right, Pauper Tim with the win. He's up 300. All right, as we go to the next category, we'll just go straight across the middle. Retired Veterans. Oh, for 1 mana more than Lightning Bolt, this former burned staple made regeneration useless. Tick-tock, tick-tock. First one to chime in wins the points. So far, we got Pauper Tim as Team 1 coming in first. Woo! What do we got? What is Lightning Strike, says La Conquista. Let's reveal Incinerate. Well, I don't believe, Lightning Strike doesn't do the thing there. So, La Conquista, you are 3, so you get minus 300. As we go to the next category, Wizards of the Coast Red List for 100. This card does a special kind of mongoose and can be cast for only 1 green mana. It grows to a 3/3 with Threshold, but you rarely see it played. Yes, it's a hand-me-down. See, the lower the points, obviously, the easier the questions. So these are just little mop-up points for all you. Nimble Mongoose with Pauper Tim for Team 1. As we reveal, yes, dink. All right, getting the hang of this again. Let's. I don't even know what this means. RTFM. Let's go with 500. For 1 blue mana, you can surprise hexproof players with this former only Pauper legal instant. Ooh, I know this one. Dun dun dun. He is in the hexproof players. Who's got it? Who's got it? This is for 500. What is Curfew for La Conquista? Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to give it to you. But it says this former only paper Pauper legal instant. I think I'm going to give it to you because that works too. I didn't write these. Again, this was a... So I'm going to take a little bounce here and say that because I thought that's what it was. So you get my little set there. Yeah, I guess they would both work. This should be one of those where there's the 2 options there. So, alrighty. Let's go for the gold 200. This hexproof staple has the flavor text, "Don't laugh, it works." Bum bum bum. MTG, what is? Got all the old regulars in it. I miss playing this. Yeah, this was back in August of 2020 when NZ made this list here. Anybody? We're going to go to time here, and I have to reveal Slippery Boggle, says Shiraz, but I don't think you're playing Shiraz. Feel free to grab. Sometimes the hints in the chat might be right. What is Armadillo Cloak? La Conquista gets the points and is now tied for the lead. All right. Come on, Pauper Akbar. You gotta represent. All right, let's get somebody go for the gold 800, right? Let's go. Whoosh. Big points. This legendary and most flamboyant human pirate is a 4/3 creature for 2 black, 1 blue, and 3 other mana with first strike. His surname is Diapetro. I have no idea. This must be one of those really expensive old crappy cards from like Chronicles or something, right? Who's got it? It's a tough one. You get the card frame, Infectious Host. I know I'm reaching. Dun dun dun. Wonder how my son would probably mop you guys up. He has such crazy knowledge of this game. I know this one, says Shiraz. Oh, nice. Feel free to... I just played it but can't remember the name. Oh. All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, Ramses, 4, 3. Who can type it first? 1. All right, let's see. Reveal. Hey! And who got that? Let's see. Nim Chimpskey, you're not playing. But La Conquista says, yeah, so we'll give it to La Conquista. Boop. All right, back to it. Let's go Wizards of the Coast Red List for 500. This sweet little bouncing and bubbling creatures are sometimes seen near their natural ecosystem, the bathtub. Boy, these high ones are pretty hard. Who's got it? I had no idea there was a card named that. I would never have guessed that last one. I don't think I probably know the art, but I don't remember the name. So what do we got here? Come on, Akbar. You got to get on the board, baby. You're playing like I played the league. All right. Give it about 5 more seconds and I'll hit a reveal. You don't have to guess. You lose points if you guess wrong. I'm going to give it 3, 2, 1. Reveal. What are Beebles? All right. Nobody gets anything for that. Retired veterans. Let's go 100. In the old times, when you still summoned creatures, this card for 1 blue did the opposite. Sadly, it got fired because the new guy did 1 damage too. When you still summoned creatures, this card for 1 blue did the opposite. Sadly, it got fired because the new guy did 1 damage too. This is a tough one for 100. Vapor Snag, Pauper Tim. That's right, you're in the thing. Let's see if you got it. Unsummon. I think you got fired because I got 1 damage. I'm going to give it to you. That makes sense too. We're going to give it to you. Bloop. Let's do that. Actually, wait. The way it's worded, sadly, it got fired because the new guy did 1 damage. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was actually asking for unsummon, so I got to give it to La Conquista. Wait a minute. Did I give you the points for that one? I think I did. We're going to give it to La Conquista. All right. Yeah, the way that's worded. Sorry about that. All right. Better than Bolt for 800. All right. Akbar, if you're going to do it, let's do it now. This card, named after a specific type of warfare, can deal 4 damage to any target for 0 mana in best case. I know they are. I don't believe NZ's first language was English. I'm not quite sure. He did a great job regardless. It's a lot of work to put one of these together. What is Fire Blast? Oh, Guerrilla Tactics. Is that Pauper legal? But Fire Blast still works. There's so many of these that when I designed, pat myself on the shoulder, mine were like pretty hardcore. If you go back on YouTube, you can find the Pauperty game on there and stuff. We just did a whole show. It was 3 rounds too, and I wrote all 3 of those, and it took quite a while. La Conquista, I'm going to give that to you because that works too. And we go to RTFM for 200. This red sorcery for XR is also as old as Magic the Gathering and got recently added to Online Pauper. For 1, not recently, we can't say that. This is a 2-year-old again. For 1 mana, each you can hit additional targets. Everybody should know this one. It's just who's fastest on the keyboards. Yeah, I agree. Hey, Fireball, says Pauper Tim. Fireball, Pauper Tim gets the points. Bloop. As we go to the next round. Let's see. Retired veterans for 500. After Cave of Temptation got printed, players will likely not get their mana anymore from this 2 functional identical seaside locations. From this 2 functional identical. Yeah, you're right, Shiraz. This is definitely probably English a second. I'm not sure. After Cave of Temptation got printed, players will not likely get their mana anymore from this 2 functional identical seaside locations. Bit of a reach. Retired veterans is the category, so might be retired cards. People used to play it, now it got upgraded and nobody's going to play it anymore. Oh, I think I know what they're talking about. I think there's a double answer here, any one of which. I have a guess, but let's keep it. Shimmering Grotto. Hey, all right, Pauper Tim. Catching up. There we go. Very oddly worded. All righty. Let's go big time. Wizards of the Coast Red List for 800. This kind of plant creature, only recently found by scientists in Ikoria, might deal much trample damage when it pumps itself up. This one I have a bit of a head scratcher. This kind of plant creature might deal much trample damage. You could just say might deal trample damage. Anyone? Like Ferris Bueller's Day Off class? Anyone? What do we got? Who's got a guess? Who is Bushmaster? La Conquista? What is a almighty bushwag? Well, you did get it wrong. Wonk. But it makes it a closer game. So we'll go from that. And plus, we're all going for that first place prize of 0. So it was close. All right, let's see if we can get a Pauper Akbar in the game here. We'll go for 800 RTFM. This blue version of Journey to Nowhere requires you to pay an upkeep cost of 3 mana, unless your opponent is nice and pays it for you. Remember, this was written 2 years ago, so don't be picking any new cards. That's a bushwag. Whenever bushwag blocks become logos. Anybody for this one? I don't think I have any idea on this one. Upkeep cost of 3 mana. Unless your opponent is nice and pays it for you. Anyone? Feel free to cheat. Whoever's quickest on the keys gets it. I'm really bad at this, says PauperRBust. That's fine. I think I would be too, the way these are worded. This game was such a hit the first time we played it that a bunch of we had 3 or 4 of you send in lists, and I just happened to find this one. Like I said, it was quite a few. Icy Prison, says Pauper Tim. Hey, Pauper Tim. Whoa, look at this. Pauper Tim taking the lead as we go to Retired Veterans for 800. Let's get some big swings. This mighty horned 3/2 creature for 2 mana was often played in Stompy. It got replaced by creatures with more keywords and rules texts. This mighty horned 3/2 creature for 2 green mana. Very nice, very nice. What is Horned Kavu? And Stompy? It says green. Garruk's Companion, I knew that one. Wah. A guess is a guess. All right, oops, here we go. Go for gold, 100, this should be easy. This one-eyed defender for 1 blue, 1 red, and 1 colorless mana is the companion of Kilnfiend, and equally dangerous. Kavu's also Gruul colors. It's fine. Everybody should get this. Who's quick on the keys? Hey, La Conquista with Nivix Cyclops back in the game. All right. PauperRBust's got to work on his rules knowledge. I mean, not rules knowledge. Go for gold. This 2/2 cat wizard for 1 green and 1 white mana gets 1/1 when attacking alone and destroys artifacts and enchantment that he doesn't like. Everybody should know this one pretty fast. Still sees play. Not too much. Very flexible card. Hey, Quasar Pride Mage, Pauper Tim with the fast fingers just getting in before La Conquista. All right, here we go. Better Than Bolt, 500. This card does 5 damage to a creature for 6 mana, or you pay only 1 red mana and you can use it as a discard outlet too. Sounds like a bad card, but hey, if it draws a card. Actually, maybe it doesn't draw a card. I'm assuming a discard outlet would mean cycle it. Lightning Axe is La Conquista. Let's see. Hey, La Conquista with the knowledge. Ooh, and we're getting close again, folks, as we go to the red list for 300. Like all British swans belong to the Queen, most creatures of discard type in Pauper belong to Liliana. Makes me feel like a good speller. Like I say, putting one of these together takes quite a bit of time. I put 3 lists together during a Sunday challenge about 2 years ago. So, PauperRBust. Scarecrow, says PauperRBust with the first guess. No, La Conquista was behind him with the right answer, but unfortunately, we got to do this to you, my friend. All right, let's see if we can get back in it. RTFM for 300 and break even. This special geometric figure is played in the Fringetron variant, costing 2 white and 2 colorless mana to play and can lead to long matches. Remember, this is 2 years ago. I believe it starts with a P. Very common P word in Magic. Yeah, this was really dominant for about a month 2 years back. Everybody was leaning on it. I was holding that the swan question. Yeah, that one goes over my head. So it's probably from your neck of the woods, Shiraz, but that should mean that you understand it a little bit more, but I don't know. Maybe the outskirts, some other close lingo. Let's see. About 3 more seconds. Anybody? Leading to long matches. Reveal. Ristic Circle. I knew that one, but I can't help you out too much. Go for the goal. This is our last big super point. Let's save that for the drama later. Better Than Bolt for 100. This artificial enhanced lightning bolt for 1 red mana helps you with clearing the battlefield for Atog attacks. Oh, and artificially enhanced is what it should say. Artificially enhanced lightning bolt for 1 red mana. Who's got it? Who's got it? Oh, Pauper Tim with the Galvanic Blast as he takes a more commanding lead. Pauper Tim running away with it. WOTC 200 red list. This card is one of 3 species of the type jellyfish, and for 1 blue and 2 colorless mana, it can return a creature back to its owner's hand. I love brewing with this card. It always leaves after the first iteration, but I've always liked the tempo of this card. Who's got it? Who's got it? Manowar, Pauper Tim with the knowledge. We would have also accepted. Oh no, never mind. The other one does cost 2 blue on the other. All right. So, all right. Let's go RTFM for 100. NBC players should read the manual of this recently replenished black enchantment to know how to use this card and how to write the name. 2 years ago, black enchantment. 2 years ago, it was recently reprinted. Who can spell it? Spelling won't count. If I know what you mean, I'll give it to you. Tick tock, Pauper Tim. He's got it. Crunch a bunch. And we roll 2. Better than Bolt for 200. Almost done. This powerful card, which was sometimes unofficially banned earlier, allows you to throw a little red critters on things you want to hurt. These are... I don't think I could write in this style. It's just extra words here and there and stuff. It's charming. Omelet says. Fling says La Conquista. Goblin Grenade. That was before it was banned. So this goes down as we go to the. We'll save this for the big haymaker, but I think Pauper Tim's running away with it. Maybe the most reprinted card in all of Magic. This is Retired Veterans. This instant spell for 1 green mana made mice enormous since limited edition alpha. I wouldn't think of this as, I would keep thinking of creatures as veterans, but I think when you retire, you become a veteran is his logic there. So yeah, even the categories are a little like Giant Gross, says Pauper Tim. With the reveal and the seal, the deal. This is just for go for gold for 500. This gold colorless instant spell for 1 blue and 1 white mana counter spells that target you or a permanent you control and draws you a card. Ooh, yeah, I remember this one. I had it in my sideboard as a with one of the Azorius Boys builds from about 16 months back. It's got to be a reach, but it's worth 500. But Pauper Tim's going to run away with this one. I wish it was a little more climatic, so we could have like, oh, who's going to come away with it? But he's so far out in front, he's going to win regardless. Who's got it? Who's got it? Come on. This is my attempt at a drum roll. Oh, we're still in the game. Who can do it? Or who can guess this last one? I'll give it about 4 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Hindering light. All right. So that was our version of Jeopardy here in the States. I've got other ones built somewhere. I forgot where the link was. Like I said, I looked for some of my old ones and such, but it's a fun little game. But maybe I'll make a little standalone thing for those in the States or whatnot. A little better worded this time, but no apologies needed for NZ. I'm not even sure if he follows propaganda anymore. Again, thank you. Didn't mean to poke fun at the lingo there. I'm sure mine would be completely unreadable if it was in another language. So anyway, guys, I sure wish I did better in the league. I'm not going to lie. 1-4 is a little hang your head and rethink the books, but we'll be back next week with more of the same. Team Goblin Gardener, it says Pauper Tim. Yeah, last time we did, there was Team Goblin Gardener, Oromancer, and the Necromancers. It's a little funner than Team 1, 2, and 3, but I think it was a little more clear doing it this way. So anyway, guys, I'm going to roll to a quick little break, and we'll be back same time, same place next week. Again, thanks to Chris at Carousel Games. Please go support their store if you can order anything from a distance. They gave us our little league outing. Unfortunately, we crash burned pretty hard. So, yep, we'll be back next time. Thanks, everybody. Adios.